A man went to the men's restroom, ready to relieve himself, but saw a pool of blood under the door. Before he could check it out, the door opened slightly, revealing a beautiful woman inside. The woman then fell out from inside, and the kind-hearted man rescued her from the restroom, only to see the woman. The man didn't think much of it, as he had experienced the brutality of the local police. He picked up a fake flower nearby, pulled out the wire from it, and used it to unlock the woman's handcuffs. The woman regained consciousness, looked at the man in front of her. The man told her to rest for a while. Then he went to the supermarket to buy food, and after putting the things down, he went to work. Meanwhile, a large number of police officers were searching for the woman with police dogs. The woman's name was Lisa, and she had been framed by her boyfriend and imprisoned, suffering brutal torture in jail. She was constantly insulted or beaten, and sometimes put in solitary confinement and sprayed with water guns. This was Lisa's third successful escape. She had killed her boyfriend and the warden. She wanted to live a quiet life under a new identity. But during a wedding at a church, a group of police suddenly burst in and tried to take Lisa away. During her escape, Lisa knocked over a cake cart and grabbed a cake knife from the ground, slashing a police officer. Just as she was about to fight back again, a group of police officers swarmed her, pinning her arms and legs down and handcuffing her. On the car, Sanbin looked smug, wanting to personally escort Lisa onto the footrest. Lisa suddenly raised her arm, causing the fat man's arm to hurt. She quickly unlocked the handcuffs and was about to lean against the car when Lisa grabbed a rose from the car and stabbed it directly into the driver's eye. The car suddenly went out of control and crashed into a tree. Lisa took the opportunity to escape from the car and was later rescued by the kind-hearted Gong Teng. For Lisa's safety, Gong Teng moved her out overnight. They arrived at a deserted area with a small wooden house, which was Gong Teng's previous secret hideout. His injuries were all thanks to Sanbin, so he knew how ruthless Sanbin could be. Gong Teng told Lisa that it was absolutely safe here and not to leave until her injuries healed. Last night, when they were moving, they were spotted by Gong Teng's colleague, Skirt. Skirt saw Lisa's clothes and handcuffs. They brought people here, heading straight to Gong Teng's workplace. Old acquaintances meeting again, tensions were high. Initially, Gong Teng pretended not to know, but soon his clothes and handcuffs were found. Then, Gong Teng was arrested again. The Japanese police were extremely brutal, treating suspects like punching bags. Not only did they use batons, but they also poured scalding hot water on his lower body. Gong Teng was tortured to the point of fainting, yet he did not reveal Lisa's whereabouts. Subsequently, Gong Teng was released. As soon as the investigated Gong Teng returned to the cabin, the sound of police cars was heard outside. It turned out the cunning police had secretly followed him. This was the official deletion of the original and his subordinates. Gong Teng loaded his gun. Lisa extinguished the stove. Gong Teng shot and killed the person who came to the door. A gunfight ensued between the two sides. Yamamoto ordered not to shoot, to capture them alive. When the police arrived at the cabin, they found it empty. They had already escaped through a tunnel. Yamamoto, determined to capture them alive, issued over 100 search warrants, vowing to find them at all costs. Then, they launched a thorough search. The two realized that constantly hiding was not a solution, so they planned to take the initiative. They organized to take out Yamamoto. First, they needed money. They planned to rob a police car transporting money. The operation was very familiar to them, knowing the timing and route. As the car passed by, he shot and blew out the car's tire. The car instantly lost control, and several police cars crashed together. They quickly moved forward and took 2 boxes of money. Just as the car left, the police woke up from unconsciousness and called headquarters for help. Then, a large number of police cars chased after them. They were quickly surrounded. To distract the police, the two decided to split up and agreed to meet at the usual place. Gong Teng, with a limp and carrying the money box, was soon surrounded by police. Although he resisted fiercely, the police outnumbered him, and he was captured again. After a brutal beating in a small dark room, Gong Teng still did not reveal Lisa's whereabouts. They beat him from day to night, and even when the police were exhausted, Gong Teng did not say a word. Then, Yamamoto brought in an old lady. She was Gong Teng's mother and Yamamoto's trump card. Gong Teng had not been home for many years. They tried to run out quickly, but the police kicked them to the ground. Yamamoto told the mother that Gong Teng had committed a serious crime. But if he reveals Lisa's whereabouts, he can make amends. Faced with his mother's desperate pleas, Gong Teng doesn't know how to respond and can only slowly crawl away to avoid her. Not long after, the police found Lisa. It seems Gong Teng betrayed her. Alert! Lisa hurriedly tried to escape. A fat man just spotted her and got slashed across the face. When Lisa struck him again, the fat man pulled the trigger. The gunshot quickly attracted other police officers. After another scream, another officer was killed. Several officers rushed in. Lisa wanted to continue resisting, but they had the numbers and overpowered her, pinning her down. Lisa was captured again. This time, she was sent to Japan's most severe Tokyo women's prison. It's Japan's most notorious women's prison, from the warden to the guards. All are women. The guards either insult or beat the prisoners, and the more severe cases are sent to the gallows. Lisa, hands and feet busy, was thrown into a small dark room full of rats. Yamamoto first unlocked her handcuffs and shackles. As soon as 2 guards lifted her up, Yamamoto stepped forward and slapped her hard several times. The fallen Lisa was lifted again by the guards. Yamamoto didn't want her to die so easily. He wanted to torture her thoroughly. A towel was stuffed into Lisa's mouth by the guards. Then, Yamamoto began his violent assault, raining punches on Lisa until he couldn't continue and collapsed on the ground. Only then did Yamamoto stop, and a guard stepped forward to taunt Lisa, getting a rope thrown in his face in return. The enraged guard then kicked and punched her, drawing the attention of the prison guards. The kind-hearted guard, Meiji, wanted to help, but others thought Lisa deserved it. After everyone left, Meiji approached Lisa to wipe the blood from her mouth. As a guard, that's all she could do. To break Lisa's psychological defenses, before executing the hanging, they took Lisa to the site. Then, a woman in white, blindfolded, was led over by 2 guards. Although the woman already knew she was to be executed today, when she removed the blindfold and saw the gallows, she became terrified. No matter how much she struggled, she was forcibly pressed onto the gallows and tied with ropes, still crying loudly. The woman quickly fell silent. The door creaked as it moved behind Lisa, and Lisa started to feel a bit scared. Meizi's help for Lisa was discovered by Yamamoto. Several policemen took Meizi into a room. Before Meizi could ask what they were going to do, 2 men dragged her into a small room and slapped her hard. The policemen took turns assaulting her. The day of Lisa's execution was approaching, and before the execution, she needed to bathe. Change clothes. Meizi took her into the bathroom, opened an underground passage for her, and told her to crawl into the car's trunk after getting out, so she could escape the prison. Lisa believed Meizi's words and quietly slipped out. When the prison guards realized something was wrong, inside the cell, only Meizi was left pretending to be knocked out on the floor, causing chaos in the prison. Only Yamamoto remained calm and walked away. Yamamoto drove to a desolate area, stopped, and there was a gallows next to him. He stepped forward. He opened the trunk, and Lisa was hiding inside. It turned out this was Yamamoto's trap. He wanted to kill Lisa with his own hands. Under the threat of Yamamoto's gun, Lisa slowly walked up to the gallows. Yamamoto stepped forward and put a noose around her neck. Then, she quickly kicked away the wooden board beneath her. Suddenly, Lisa seemed to be possessed by a martial arts master, leaping up to grab the rope above and dodging Yamamoto's bullet. She kicked Yamamoto and then jumped to the side. When Yamamoto tried to grab her, he accidentally got caught in the rope, struggled a bit, and met his end. Lisa glanced at him, then turned and left. While Gong Teng was working, Lisa suddenly appeared on stage dressed in black. Gong Teng cautiously approached Lisa. He saw the dagger in Lisa's hand, but he didn't run away. He opened his arms to welcome Lisa. When Lisa came over, he quickly embraced her. The dagger has already pierced through Gong Teng's body, and then he met his end. Lisa turned and left. Who knows what kind of legends about Lisa will appear in the martial world? The movie, Female Prisoner 701, Part 4, ends here. It's a Japanese film from 1973, and this is the 4th and final installment of the Female Prisoner 701 Feet series, which mainly tells the story of the female protagonist going to prison, enduring all kinds of humiliation, and then finding ways to successfully escape and seek revenge. The plot revolves around these few elements. However, the original film does have some highlights. As for what they are, you'll have to watch the original film to find out. Alright, if you want to see more great movie reviews, please follow me. Bye bye.